how is it going today? Well, it's Kenny, my name's Dwayne.
My name's Jazz.
We're Dwayne and Jazz. Today we have for you Game Theory. Did I find Fortnite secret lore? Fortnite Battle Royale. Now we've been on it before everybody else. Okay.
When?
Fortnite. We was playing Fortnite before it really got popular. We're the OGs.
Not when it first started. I know that.
Yes, I played when it was first started.
I did.
I was introduced to it way back. Not when it first came out. Not when it first came out.
That's
when
what I
Battle
meant.
Royale first came
That's
out.
what I meant. When it
I didn't mean all
first
that.
came
I didn't mean all that.
out.
Anyway,
Okay.
if you guys have direction, please follow us on all social media and link us below. And don't forget to subscribe and also cop the new merch. You only got a few days left.
You sound like an infomercial. Only got a few days left. Just wait. There's more.
Oh.
I never play video games on
Wait, did he say gummy rice?
Last weekend,
I think
look
so.
at those numbers. Clearly, Fortnite is all you guys want. That half-naked chick on the thumbnail probably affected nothing at all.
He's throwing shots.
Shot.
Almost naked on camera, but not fully naked, since you know gotta keep those YouTube dollars flowing in. Flexing on the fans. Hey, yo, generic friend, your girlfriend is right there. Even though she's a human being who can think and act on her own, can I treat her like an object by asking you, her obviously male keeper, whether I can borrow her so she can get almost naked in one of my videos?
You hear the music?
Yes.
Yes and yes.
Oh wow.
All right, boys.
He just dropped her.
Got Boobs McGee over here. So Boobs, for each kill I'm gonna need
Says
you to
trophy.
one article of clothing.
Token
You
girl.
okay with that? Doesn't matter. Already cleared it with your boyfriend. Let's go.
Oh my.
Awesome.
Wow.
Come on, just one more game. Beginner's luck. It's where? Oh, so close.
It's a boobo
That's
meter.
clearly a hacker. Can I have another game? I swear I'm gonna do it this time. Oh, what a new tactic.
Oh my gosh. I said zero kills.
Did you see
zero
the
kills.
excited?
Yeah.
Drop a like for more, and as always, follow me on the Instas. Gummy Rice Oats.
These shots, bruh. These are shots.
So much.
I want to see what Gummy Rice has to say.
I know.
When
Aww.
did the rape last before?
5 minutes or less.
Oh, okay. So it's not that bad. No, but did it feel good though?
Why are these shots? Where is these shots coming from?
Anyway,
just
one
did the
way
like
he and a bunch of
gun.
other YouTubers and streamers are surging up
And it
the
says,
charts
"I'm
these
so
days by
humble."
playing Fortnite. A game that's
Fortnite's
spread
lit.
like wildfire
Fortnite's
across the
just
internet.
fun. I
Came
don't
out of
even care
nowhere.
about
Must be
moves.
living
Yep.
under a rock. And honestly,
Fun.
you're probably under that rock hoping for some alone time to play more Fortnite. Just when everyone thought PUBG was untouchable, Fortnite
We play it, like,
surged
until, like,
to overtake
7
its player
a.m. in
count
the
and
morning.
just double PUBG's
Played before we
viewership on
just did these
Twitch.
videos.
And then go to
It's
sleep.
addictive.
It's very
maybe I should
addictive.
watch what
It
I
is.
say. Good Morning America might take that quote out of context for more scare tactics against video
Right, because they
games.
said
This
like
is a new game
video
called
games are
Fortnite.
ruining
Some parents
kids.
are worrying their kids are spending way too much time at the controls.
Stop! Why?
Real quick,
Nice note,
that
bro.
Good Morning America story. I'm currently
Like, come on
working
now.
a meta theory about gamers, battle royale games, and how personalities are linked to the games that we choose to play. But I need your guys' help. After
I just
this
like
episode, there's actually a
competition.
link to a secure online survey that I created that I would love to have you fill out. The link is in the top line of the description for you guys to fill out. It should
Fighting
only take
games,
you about
play
10
sports.
minutes total. So please,
Ooh, Mario Kart. I know. We gotta get the Nintendo Switch of me and
honestly
you.
helping me to defend Fortnite
$1,000
and gaming
wager.
as a whole against those people who are trying to
Mario
tear us
Kart
down
against each
or
other.
give us a bad name. That is what some of these upcoming theories are all
I
about.
just
Anyway, that's all
does
for
a
review.
so bid a number out.
Today, I want to talk about something that Fortnite is lacking: story. Oh sure, there's the save the
I mean,
world
there's the
mode,
save the
but let's
world,
face it,
yeah.
It requires players to work together, and it costs $40 to play.
I haven't played it yet.
No, it's mode that no one cares about. And even if you did care about it, which, you know, I have to as a part of this show, the story just
Right.
amounts to, oh look, here's a purple storm that appeared one day and it summons zombies. Don't die. That is literally the extent
It
of what
don't
Epic
die.
Games came up with in the 6 years
No, you
that
got it,
Fortnite
Knuckles.
has been in development. Or
Oh, wow, look
that's
how it
all
used
they've
to look.
revealed
Wow.
to players so far. But I think there's a bit more story lurking under the surface here. I think that the developers have already started hiding clues as to where they'd like to go with the story of this game by the time of its full release. Or at least they have those intentions, but will probably struggle to pull themselves
Damn,
Jeez, 126
126
million in
One month?
Flesh those sorts of things
That's
out.
what they gonna make. If they keep going, they gonna make $1 billion.
One person on the Fortnite forums who simply posted lore,
Need to make some video
question
games.
mark. I want to step in and fill in some of the
Free
gaps.
ones.
What is the story of Fortnite beyond purple cloud equals zombies?
The only thing we need now is even the slightest understanding of what's going on.
Today, I'm gonna give you exactly that.
I always wondered what the
First,
storm
listen to
was.
the
I just
real
thought, you know,
lore of
storm
this
kills
game
you.
comes
Kills
from the
you.
opening cutscene and save the world mode. After After your character runs to the VinderTech home base, you meet Ray, the robotic assistant who's your guide throughout the rest of the PvE mode. But what's interesting here isn't what's said, but rather what's shown. If you look closely at Ray's clipboard as she talks about plans to overcome the storm, you'll notice some drawings. Specifically, a drawing of a rocket and 2 planets orbiting what appears to be the sun.
Go
if you're
around
wondering
the
what's
sun?
the deal with that circle and the 2 dotted circles on either side of it, if I were to guess, that's the developers trying to show the movement of that orbiting planet, and show that the characters were trying to launch the rocket to land on that planet as it's moving through its orbit. And we know that this is the sun in the middle for 2 reasons. First, just notice that classic sun starburst around that center circle, meaning that this is definitely a star. But secondly, notice this small arrow between the inner and outer rings pointing counterclockwise. This is an important
pointing
detail
to
because
infinity,
all 8
though.
planets in the solar system orbit the sun in the direction that the sun is rotating. The sun rotates in a counterclockwise direction, exactly like the diagram is showing here. Now, what's interesting about this when it comes to Fortnite's story is that there are only 2 planets shown on this diagram, presumably representing Mercury and Venus, the 2 closest planets to the sun. And it looks like the rocket is traveling from the first ring looking to land on the planet in the second ring. That little bit right there off the second ring looks more like a label than a flight trajectory. Also, if the rocket was launching from Earth, why wouldn't there be a 3rd ring in this diagram? In other words, what I'm saying is that these diagrams hint at the possibility that Fortnite might not be taking place on Earth, like many have assumed, but on another planet. Or specifically, the second planet from the sun, Venus. Now, at first might seem ridiculous.
That's very
but
cool.
The more you look at it, the more the facts just line up.
Like the
First,
trees
the game
and
never
everything.
explicitly says what planet we're on. I dug through
It just-
everything, and I do mean everything in the game and its promotional materials. And all of it uses the word world. Not Earth.
Not Earth.
Save the world mode. You are the world's best heroes. Even this quote that appeared early in the game's promotional cycle, reclaiming this mysterious world won't be easy. Well,
So they
Earth
never
isn't
said
a mysterious
Earth.
They never said
world. It was
Earth.
the
So,
same
that's
reclaiming
cool,
Earth, if that's what
actually.
the goal of the game was. So, in addition to Ray's cutscene diagram, it seems like Epic Games have definitely been leaving open the possibility of the events of Fortnite taking place on a different planet. Even the shots we see of this world from outer space look
That's
That's
probably,
definitely
yeah,
in the first mission,
That is not
in
Earth.
the world mode, you launch a satellite into space, which spits back this shot of the Fortnite planet. Now, I don't know about you, but this doesn't look like any landmass I've ever seen on a globe or map,
No.
but it does look like this landmass on Venus, especially if you're using maps of terraformed Venus. Basically, how Venus
They
would
really
look
did
had the
some
same amount of
really
water as
deep
Earth.
research
Even
to even
size-wise,
notice that.
continent we see on Fortnite's planet and this landmass I just pointed out on the surface of Venus roughly match up in how much of the planet's surface they actually take up. Trust me, I did the math.
Yeah.
Oh my
Math and
gosh.
sizes of landmasses in this game. This is kind of a side note, but I had nowhere else to put this in the script, and I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. Currently, there is no defined size of the island in Fortnite. Many fans think that each large box on the in-game map is equal to 1 square kilometer because that's how PUBG measures. However, that simply
But it's not
isn't the
PUBG,
case.
though.
I did a bunch
Yeah.
of measurements back when
So-
the map was divided into a 7x7.
Oh, I remember that.
Remember when it was lighter? Yes, it was so much happier.
Grid square on the map at top speed. If it were truly
Now
1
it's just
kilometer
definitely
each, then the
bigger.
players would be running at 13 meters per second or 29 miles per
Oh,
hour.
nah,
Right,
yeah.
God.
That Usain Bolt sprinting at top speed. So for fun, I went
I mean,
and
but they're
calculated
not
out
from
the
Earth,
actual
though.
size of the
Yeah,
island. Now,
yeah.
east
So,
of Greasy Grove,
maybe that
there's
might
a
be
crashed
possible.
battle bus. That battle bus closely resembles a Vision school bus design created by the manufacturer Bluebird. Now, assuming that they have similar specifications, the bus should measure at about 40 feet or 12 meters long. Using pixel measurements with the battle bus as our ruler, we're able to determine that each grid on the map would be a much more manageable 330 meters long, 1,082 feet. With a size like that, it means that each player is running at a max speed of 4.4 meters per second or 10 miles per hour. Since the map at the time was 7 boxes wide, and since the island itself hasn't changed size, only the grids on the map have gotten smaller, we can determine that the entire map is defined to be 2,310 meters by 2,310 meters, or just under a
cannot do this
7,580 foot square. So even if you loyal Fortniters don't buy anything about today's theory, you can
I
at
was
least
gonna
walk
say
away
loyalists.
I thought he was about to say loyalists, too.
the scale of the game that you're playing.
Well, now we know the
Back to
meters.
Venus.
I know.
Watching players jumping in the game, it's immediately clear that the
Yeah.
gravity
And they're
Fortnite
high.
is actually less than it is on Earth.
Yeah.
Less?
Venus
He says
is
less.
Yeah, less gravity because they're jumping higher.
Oh, yeah.
And like being in the air longer.
To the jumping
We
behavior that
jump
see in
like
the
this,
game.
like-
But perhaps the biggest connection
True.
to
They're like-
Venus as the setting of Fortnite is the main feature feature of the game, the storm. A purple thunderstorm that can kill humans in seconds. First, let's talk about the storm's rain. Now, clearly this isn't your average rainstorm. It's enough to rapidly eat away your health.
Like acid.
Heroes and battle
Is it acid?
No.
Acid rain on Venus?
That this isn't your normal rain. It has to be something much more deadly. Something that can kill you on contact.
So acid.
Possibly rain down from the sky and
Acid.
your body.
Probably.
Well, Venus once again has the answer. Acid
Rain.
Okay.
If you dozed off during 8th grade science class, the
I didn't
pH
forget
scale
that.
measures the ratio between hydrogen ions and hydroxide molecules in a liquid. The scale ranges from 0, acids that have a high presence of
highest.
hydrogen ions, to 14,
To the lowest.
bases, which possess a high presence of hydroxide molecules. A pH of 7
Is water.
neutral. Now, on Earth, we absolutely have acid rain, but barely does it get below a pH of 4. That's basically the acidity of tomato juice or a soda. It's just too diluted to cause any major damage. You can stand out in it and you're going to be just fine. But on Venus, acid rain is taken to a whole new level, where literally it rains battery acid from the sky.
Oh, no.
Or specifically, sulfuric acid.
Whoa.
Stuff
So you're
with a
dead.
pH of 1. As soon as
Whoa.
sulfuric acid would touch your hero's skin, it would start to corrode, burning,
Right.
and
Ooh.
blistering the skin. Getting drenched in the stuff like you see in Fortnite would absolutely
Kill
cause
you.
death in seconds. And believe it or not, but the in-game evidence absolutely lines up. Not only is it deadly to players, but notice those
Don't do that at
electric
the same
sparks
time.
around the characters as they run to escape from the storm. Well, that would even more clearly point towards acid rain, as the high number of charged ions floating around
didn't
in the
even notice
sulfuric
the
acid
sparks in the
actually
game,
make for an
honestly.
excellent electrical conductor. It's very good for our evidence. It's very bad for the survivors, slowly getting eaten alive by husks and death rain.
So what is up with the
Even
zombie?
more evidence for acid rain in the game. Notice the peeling paint of buildings, the rusting on
Why?
structures, and even the lack of fish in Loot Lake. All three of these are classic
We have
signs of
butterflies.
acid raining down from the
Butterflies
sky.
ain't dying.
Even the trees in the game support this conclusion. Acid rain absolutely kills trees, but not in the way that you might think.
It might
Contrary
turn
to
them?
popular belief, acid rain doesn't make trees rot, but instead kills them through a process known as phototoxicity. It basically makes the plants more sensitive to light. The main symptoms of this sort of light sensitivity are saturated hues on the trees and a uniform color found throughout the leaves rather than a more natural gradient. The trees in Fortnite exhibit both
So
saturated
vibrant.
hues and uniform color in the leaves.
Right.
A sign of either acid rain-induced phototoxicity or a game with a simple cartoony aesthetic.
They
I'll
don't
let
do that.
you be the judge.
They're on Venus.
Oh, do you, Prince? You want to see me bathing in the purple rain, huh? So I can be corroded to death and you can take the Battle Royale victory for yourself? I don't think so. Even the weather patterns that we see on the planet and the overall spread of the storm across the planet's surface put it on Venus. Now, this is going really deep, but hopefully you guys appreciate this. You notice how in this opening shot we see the reflection of the sun here on the surface of the planet? Well, that helps us establish that the planet is rotating horizontally. Now, look at how the storm
What?
spreads across the planet, also horizontally, straight across the surface. This is actually abnormal based on atmospheric circulation patterns.
Right.
On Earth, the atmosphere
It's like
actually circulates upwards
Yeah.
towards the colder poles. It's actually a pretty complicated system, in part because the Earth rotates so quickly. But on Venus, where the planet rotates so slowly, the weather rushes horizontally across the planet constantly, as cold air from the dark side of the planet rushes in to replace the warm air from the sunlit path. And that is exactly what we see in Fortnite, a horizontal sweep across the planet, just like Venus's weather, spreading in a way that is very different from how a similar storm on Earth would behave. Now, I know what you're gonna say. It's just a game, and they didn't think about
I
any of
mean,
this.
I think
Purple
so.
clouds and added zombies. And
It's
yeah,
little-
you know
little
what?
Easter
You're
eggs that they
absolutely
put in
right.
there.
Right.
Except for that diagram at the beginning and the repeated use of the word world. I think those indicate that they have
Not
other
saying
plans for the
Earth.
series that don't involve Earth. Anyway, what I'm offering with this episode is an explanation, an out for Epic Games, if you will. Giving them an answer that they didn't get around to in the 6 years of developing Fortnite. Putting the events of Fortnite on Venus fits not only the slim bits of lore that currently exist in the game,
I need to
but
play the
also
story
works from a
mode.
scientific
Seems like a
angle.
lot
Well,
has happened.
everything but the purple clouds. Try as I might, I couldn't get that to make sense anywhere. On a separate but related research note, the gas argon is used in neon signs because it glows purple when a current is run through it, but no planet actually has enough argon in its atmosphere atmosphere to recreate what we see in Fortnite. And even
So,
though scientists
don't know
were
that it's
surprised
made
at the amount of argon that actually exists in Venus's atmosphere, it actually wasn't enough to make a viable case and try to shoehorn it into the episode. Trust me, I tried, but I honestly didn't want to stretch the facts that thin. And while on the topic of stretching the facts, for those of you who are truly hardcore enough to question this episode by saying Venus doesn't have water, thus invalidating everything we've just covered in this episode, well, you're only partially right. Venus doesn't have water now. Despite being our sister planet in both size and distance to the sun, it is a nightmarish hellscape. You ever wonder why we're sending probes to Pluto and not spending more time exploring Venus? It's because
it's bad
scientists
over
are
there.
no joke afraid of Venus. It literally destroys any probes that we send onto the planet within an hour of them landing.
Oh my God, no.
At 484 degrees Celsius or 903 degrees Fahrenheit, the surface of Venus is hot enough to melt lead. It is hotter than even Mercury, which is half the distance to the sun. Literally in the sun's armpit. The atmospheric pressure on Venus equals about 90 Earth atmospheres. That means standing on the surface of Venus would feel like you've gone 1 kilometer underwater.
Oh,
or
Jesus,
over
you couldn't
half
breathe.
a mile underwater here on Earth. You know how awful it is to be
He said, no.
underwater? This is half a mile underwater. That is how intense the pressure would be on your body. It'd be like taking a car, compressing it down
You,
to
like,
a square
explode.
inch, and then covering every bit of your body in those super dense car cubes. And it's all because of Venus's global warming. 97% of Venus's atmosphere is made of carbon dioxide, which means the surface of the planet gets superheated and never cools off. But here's where it all works in the context of Fortnite. It wasn't always that way. In 2006, scientists came to the conclusion that Venus had a period when it was filled with water.
Oh.
Well, everything points to
But then it dried
large
out or
amounts of
something?
water here in the past. That's a quote from Colin Wilson, a professor of oceanic, atmospheric, and planetary physics at Oxford University and a member of the team that made this discovery. Venus used to be
They chose
just
like a picture.
like Earth. And that is the story that Epic Games can tell through Fortnite. One of a young terraformed Venus, and Earth 1.0 being destroyed by a rampant storm. A planet that humans need to rocket off of and escape from, either to Earth or to Mercury. It's a story that works from Easter eggs already in the game. From the diagram to the wording of the promotional materials to the design of the planet viewed from
What if
outer
they confirm
space.
this?
It's also a story
I
that
would like
works
them
with
to.
real life science. From the history of Venus to its acid rain to the weather patterns present on the planet. Overall, setting the events of Fortnite on the planet Venus is a story that would work and a story that'd be pretty darn unique. And at the very least, it'd be a whole lot better than the big heaping helping of nothing that we're all currently working with. But hey,
It's
I
not
had
the
one.
Fortnite story. I had one.
A game theory.
We just watched it
Thanks for
yesterday.
clicking the link in the description
Right.
and helping to fill out that survey I talked to you about earlier.
Alright, we're gonna end it there. Wow, that is some good information.
That'd be cool. Actually, I want Fortnite to like kind of like
Confirm.
respond.
Yeah.
Like not even like say like yes it's true. I just want to know.
They've
like,
been doing an excellent job with just a battle royale, so
Yeah.
who knows? They might have been hinting to that. Maybe it goes that deep. Who knows?
Oh, maybe what if Battle Royale was like who's the last one like on Earth?
To get on the spaceship because they don't have enough.
Maybe because the storm is closing
Right.
in.
So they don't have
the storm
enough.
is closing in. You need one winner.
Yeah, you don't have enough stuff to get into the spaceship, and only could be one.
Right.
I don't know. Maybe that's what it is.
And
Maybe
then it was like a test to see who could like survive it.
so they can survive
It's
on
like
the
a
next
Hunger
planet.
Games of Venus.
Oh, yep.
It's like
so
a
they can
Hunger
survive
Games
on
of
Earth.
Venus to see who could survive this because they could get shot up into Earth or Mercury.
On Mercury, yeah.
See who could survive.
He did some great research, man. He went in depth. That's why he loves his videos. Make sure you guys
What if they
subscribe.
made like a Fortnite 2 based on that?
No, you're taking it too far. You know,
No,
they seriously all the games that they was gonna make, like Paragon, I think they was gonna make, all the developers they're using towards Fortnite Battle Royale.
Okay.
So I don't know. I don't think they're gonna make it 2, but I think they're just gonna keep adding like they're doing now.
Okay,
But
I'm fine with that.
I'm fine with that
hey,
now.
It's
It's
a
a
free
good game, yeah.
But
Anyway.
it's just making everybody pay for all like
The skins, I love the skins.
But that makes you want to
cool.
support it because
Because
it's
it's
a
such a
great
good
game
game.
and always has new updates,
New
and
maps.
new maps,
New stuff
and
added to it.
They fix stuff. They listen
Yup.
to you, so it's like it makes you want to pay for the game,
Yeah.
even though it's free.
Anyway, guys, please comment below.
Don't forget to like,
Subscribe.
share.
Some more. Peace.